in the head. The first matchup between these two eternal rivals produced a contest that exceeded all expectations. This second installment has playoff implications. Crvena Zvezda, Meridian Bet Belgrade and Partizan Mozart Bet Belgrade go head-to-head for the second time in the EuroLeague. Three-pointer is stroked sweetly. The man who ended the first fixture opens the second installment with a three from downtown, continuing where he left off. Nemanja Nedovic with the trifecta to put his team up by three. A perfect trip down the floor for the home team to open the scoring. So punter catches as a shooter, drifting right. The shot was short, rebound ripped down emphatically by Luka Bildoza. So lots of semaphore going to be in evidence to conduct the half-court offense in this atmosphere. Ben Bentel can't make the catch cleanly. Going to work, but it's a double dribble, and that's because he didn't make the reception cleanly. He put both hands on it and then went to the dribble again. We take another look at the opening three. Nemanja Nedovic, only 24% from downtown this campaign, but as mentioned previously, he was 0 of 6 from deep in round 12 and did not hesitate when Luka Bildoza drove the lane and kicked to him in the corner, repeating the routine that he's done since childhood to connect on the game-winning triple to give Zvezda a crucial road victory. A foul on the perimeter. Trifunovic. Throwing a foul against Dobrodošli Kuzmic. So sideline possession for the visiting team. Kevin Punter working hard to get free. Branko Lazic in hot pursuit. Lasor sets the screen. He's now at the high post. Crashes the boards and grabs his first offensive rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. Mateusz Lasor, the leading offensive rebounder in the league, hauling in 3.4 per night. Rising high to grab that one, but watch his back foot here. Pushing that right foot over the baseline. Turnover is the result. So approaching a minute and a half gone, we've had a single score so far. Kuzmic beyond his shooting range. Lazic with Ben Bentel not looking to post up because he's working to set screens to free up Nemanja Nedovic. Lazic drives, but he's had his pocket picked by Dante Exum, who possesses terrific speed and races away for a fast break jam, all of his own making, to give Partizan their first score of the night. They're back to within one. Dante Exum with the pick and the punch in transition. Nemanja Nedovic driving, tries to get creative after initiating contact. No foul forthcoming. Mateusz Lasor with another rebound, his second of the game. Exum looking to go one-on-one down in a low post against Nedovic. Nedovic showing him baseline, calling for help from Kuzmic. And it's Branko Lazic out in the open court. Ben Bentel down in the middle and electing to slow it down, and now looking at the secondary break options. It's Branko Lazic and the captain hooking up Luka Bildoza. Deadly from downtown at 41% this campaign. Both of Zvezda's field goals have been from three-point territory, and it's their largest lead in the early stages. They're up by 4. Exum to Lasor, spinning through traffic. Left-handed scoop with a tough finish by Mateusz Lasor. Caught the ball on the edge of the lane and demonstrating fantastic footwork to go along with his force to finish with a left-handed scoop at the window. It's a one-score game once again. Bildoza. Ben Bentel against his former. Luka Bildoza pulls the trigger, is off the mark. So whistle on the play. So Bildoza called for the foul, that's his first. Just over 3 minutes gone in the first period. Sideline possession for the visiting team. Hunter, double team momentarily because hedging out with terrific help. Zognia and Kuzmic, Branko Lazic called for the foul. So Punter needs a receiver. He finally inbounds to Lasor. Exum Looking for Lasor down low. Lasor clears out now. It's one-on-one. Ognjen Kuzmic over to help. They go inside. Terrific work. Recognition from Luka Vildoza was magnificent. Drawing the double team, passing out of that pincer movement. And Mateusz Lasor ties things up at 6. 4 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. How about that for a take to the rack by Nemanja Nedovic? 5 points in the first quarter. Kevin Punter called for the foul in the act of shooting. It'll send Nedovic to the free throw line. Terrific touch. And despite the help D from Kevin Punter, Nedovic able to apply the finish. Mateusz Lasor taking advantage of the mismatch. So you see Dante Exum with the opening score for Partizan off the pick that his anticipation created. Branko Lazic did the same thing. And we mentioned Luka Vildoza, who strung the three-pointer confidently. The fact that he averages 4 steals against Partizan, so too does Branko Lazic. Nemanja Nedovic completes the three-point play. His team have yet to trail in this fixture. They are up by 3 in this single-score affair. So 3:40 gone. Double team applied on the ball handling Kevin Punter. Rapid ball movement. Dante Exum fakes left, drives right, slices his way to the goal. Dante Exum with 4 points in the game. Such a terrific handler of the basketball in the open court. Brings his team back to within 1. So Trifunovic. Now it's a switch on the perimeter. There's a mismatch on the perimeter. Mateusz Lasor put on skates. Terrific look at the basket. And Ben Bentil, well, he's deflected the basketball off Johannes Papapetru, and that's a terrific play. Because he battled to get the bobbling ball off the offensive glass, but then lost his balance after the bump. But how about that for a heads-up play from Ben Bentil? Retaining possession for his team after he secured an extra possession by battling on the offensive glass. So endline possession for Zvezda, 11 seconds remain on it. Ben Bentil gives it back to the inbound. Dante Exum, his head on a swivel. Nedovic driving, hook shot is short, tipped out, and Nemanja Nedovic has taken a shot to the head. He's on the hardwood, and that leaves Partizan with a man advantage. Pivoting in the paint is Mateusz Lasor. Coming from behind for the chase down block is Nemanja Nedovic, who got back to his feet after taking that shot to the head, got himself back in the play, and blocked the shot of Zaklade, who was lining up a 3. Terrific hustle from Nemanja Nedovic, showing tolerance to pain, keeping himself in the play, and coming up with a rejection, allowing Zvezda to play 5-on-5. Partizan prepare to inbound after that hustle play from Nedovic. It's Partizan who have it on the end line. Exum finds Johannes Papapetru. Lasor looking to bully his way into position down low. Luka Mitrovic defending. Clears him out, pump fake, up strong. Well, that's almost like a catch-weight contest in the low post. And for the first time in this fixture, Partizan get their noses in front. Mateusz Lasor with 6 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. So high-stepping his way down the lane is Ognjen Kuzmic. Dobrodošli is off the mark, ran down by Dante Exum. Dobrodošli looking to slow him down in transition. So Dante Exum continuing the attack, terrific swoop into the lane. We've got a foul because Mateusz Lasor crashing the lanes. The boards, he's saying, well, hold on a minute. I'm getting pushed under my own basket. I apply a little bit of force on the offensive glass and you're going to blow me for that? Luka Mitrovic may have sold it a little bit after getting worked over in the low post. So that was the reverse fixture in round 12. We take a look at the players putting points on the board in this fixture. The man who iced that game, as we just saw, with a corner three-pointer, opened the scoring in this fixture here at the Alexander Nikolic Hall. 6 points in the game, having completed a three-point play as well. And demonstrated fantastic tenacity after taking a shot to the jaw. Nemanja Nedovic to block Zaklade, who was lining up a three-point effort. Well, the league's leading rebounder, the league's leading offensive rebounder, Mateusz Lesor, has been putting himself about on the glass, but he was just called for a foul when in search of his second offensive rebound. So just over 4.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. So ball kicked out of bounds, 14 seconds on this possession for the home team. So Stefan Markovic gives it back to Ognjen Dobrodošli. He pulls the trigger on the three-pointer, but it's short by some distance. Mateusz Lesor with another rebound. Papapetru being defended by Lazic. Lesor beyond his shooting range. Zach Lede and Ben Bento going head-to-head on the perimeter. Papapetru catches as a shooter. Markovic has leveled Zach Lede. And he's called for the foul. So James Nunnally into the game for the first time, and it's Papapetru taking a seat on the sidelines. Nikola Ivanovic preparing to check in. Missed rounds 11 to 19. Nikola Ivanovic returned in round 20 with 10 minutes of action. Ian Žalgiris counters, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. He couldn't find the bottom of the bucket. 0 of 2 from downtown. Zach Lede fakes the 3. Drives into the lane against Ben Bento, who's standing strong. And Ben Bento is going to be called for the foul. Not a call that he's too enamored with. He and Zach Lede were bumping down on the block. Josko Ivanovic doesn't agree with the call either. So to the free throw line is Zach Lede, 83% from the stripe this campaign, 1 percentage point below his career average of 84. It's a perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line. An efficient shooting night in round 20 at Valencia. And 30 minutes of play last time out. So it remains a 1-score game. Partizan have rattled off 6 points without reply to take this 3-point lead. Dobrodošli driving on Nunnally. Comes back out to the perimeter. Petrusev setting a screen on Kevin Punter. Now it's Lede on the switch. There's a mismatch down low. Petrusev being defended by Punter, who rips it through and immediately draws the foul on Kevin Punter, which is his second, and we are still in the first quarter. Punter cutting a frustrated figure because he's going to have to take a seat over on the sidelines. He was doing his best to avoid the foul. You saw him backing up and bending like a limbo dancer to avoid picking up that second foul, which is going to see him reduced to a peripheral figure for the remainder of quarter number 1. Easy pickings by Mateusz Lesor, who is doing everything. His first steal of the night. Showing off his handle before offloading to Dante Exum. Now it's one-on-one between Ognjen Dobrodošli and Dante Exum. Takes it into the lane, stepping through, kicks to the corner. Zach Lede fakes the 3, drives on Petrusev. Petrusev breaks it up with active hands. Deep into the shot clock. Floater on the baseline is terrific recognition. And composed on the finish is Dante Exum, who moves to 6 points in the game on 3 of 4 shooting from the field. Terrific work to extend Partizan's run to 8 points without reply. They're up by 5. So matchup D being played by Partizan. Cross court to Stefan Markovic, who lets it fly from 3. Terrific offensive rebound by Luka Mitrovic, Filip Petrusev with the corner three. It's off the front iron. The stick back is off the mark, but the extra bite of the cherry finally stuck home by the returning Nikola Ivanovic. Scoreless in round 20 after returning for his first action since round 10. Gets his first bucket on the board there after terrific work on the offensive glass by Zvezda. Zakladej calmly stroking the three-pointer. His first three-point attempt was blocked from behind by Nemanja Nedovic, but the man shooting 41% from downtown this season gives his team an 8-point lead. Taken away, terrific hands by Danilo Andjusic. Offloads to Mateusz Lesor, goes up strong. He's asking for a foul, Mateusz Lesor. He remains perfect from the field, 4 out of 4 from 8 for 8 points in the game. Partizan faithful pumped up here in the first quarter. Because they...
Two clubs overflowing with European glory. Two continental heavyweights to meet once again.
Got to pull the trigger. Oh, ho, ho, ho! A terrific take to the bucket.
It's Olympiacos, welcome Fenerbahce. A box office battle awaits.
So Fenerbahce versus Olympiacos opens the round 22 action at the Elka Sports and Event Hall next Thursday. Partizan returning home to face off against Asvel. Zvezda hit the road. So just under 2 minutes remaining. Partizan have used runs of 8 straight points and currently in a 4-0 run. Overall, it is a 12-2 run that has given them this 8-point advantage. Vildosa drives, goes for the floater and gets it to go off the glass. Vildosa moved to 5 points in the game. Two-score affair here. So Nunnally, defended by Mitrovic, rotates it to Zakladej. Lesor sneaking up from the blind side. Luka Vildosa. So 6 seconds remaining on this possession for Partizan. Nunnally inbounds to Lesor. Danilo Andjusic pulls up off the dribble, off right. Lesor got a hand on the basketball, couldn't secure the offensive board. So the foul on the ground. Nunnally tangling with Ognjen Dobric. Well, we've got a whistle down low because of an offensive foul. Filip Petrusev getting into a tangle with Zakladej down by the baseline. It was right in front of the official. Let's see if we can take a look as to what transpired. And has Petrusev been teed up here? Well, if that's for an elbow, I think that's a little bit harsh. This Coach Dusko Ivanovic, who has been hit with a technical foul. There was no malice intended when attempting to post up Lede from Petrusev. Did catch Lede with the elbow. And then by putting his point across in terms that the official didn't appreciate, Coach Dusko Ivanovic had been hit with a tech. Dante Exum, 87% from the free throw line this campaign. Julie makes the technical free throw. To put his team up by 7. They'll now have possession from the vicinity of where the incident occurred. So Andusic inside to Zach Lede. He's double teamed. Keeps the ball himself. Turnaround shot. Fadeaways off the mark. Petrusev with a strong rebound. Zach Lede and he coming together once again. Keep an eye on that particular duel. Beautiful no-look feed. Petrusev cutting down the lane. Nunnally called for the foul. And that is going to be his second in just 3.5 minutes on the floor. So is Željko Obradović going to trust him and leave him out there? Or will he take him to the sidelines to ensure that he's available for the remainder of the half? So both teams in the penalties. Filip Petrusev to the free throw line. Petrusev 73% from the stripe this campaign. At least 14 points in 7 straight games for Petrusev. One of the hottest players in the competition over that recent period. So it's a 2-score affair. About a 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Exum backing his way down to the edge of the lane. Papapetru met by Petrusev. Faces him up to go one-on-one off the dribble. Threatening a double team is Luka Vildoza. What a rebound wrapped up by Petrusev. So it's Vildoza pushing, pulls up from way in 3-point territory. Good look at the basket, gets the shooter's roll. And by having